Hello class, welcome to the last module for business in our foundations class on sustainability. So what we're going to cover in this module is business sustainability at the national level. Now, this video is designed to give you just a quick rundown of what to expect as we complete this module. So first let's talk about the content that we're going to cover. All right, so first, we're going to talk about models of ethical behavior. So we'll talk about outcome-based ethics versus duty-based ethics, and we'll talk about the pros and cons of each of them. And lastly, we'll talk about how do you navigate between those two different models of ethical behavior. Next, we'll move into stakeholder versus shareholder theories. First, we'll explain what the shareholder theory is, and next, we'll talk about the stakeholder theory. And then last, I'm going to present to you guys what I call the ethical management framework, which basically helps us navigate both the shareholder and stakeholder theories of management. Third, we'll move into why do ethical people do unethical things. So we hear a lot about what we'll talk a lot about what it takes to make ethical decisions, but a lot of times people who know these theories still do unethical things, and so we'll talk about how do you avoid being in that scenario. So first we'll talk about the fraud triangle, and then I'll tell you guys a story related to an unending series of extenuating circumstances. And so we'll talk about what that means and how both of those things can help us to actually walk the walk when it comes to acting ethically. So lastly, don't forget there are 2 assignments attached to this module. So first off, you're going to do your business ethics quiz, and then you're going to do your personal, you're going to make a personal code of ethics. Okay? So that's the content of what we're going to do, but now I want to walk you through step by step what to actually do to complete the module for this week. So first off, the very first thing is obviously watch this video. That's the very first thing you're going to do, and again, I want you to do these things in order. You'll really get the most out of the module this week if you watch it. If you complete these steps in this order. So first, watch this video. Hopefully this is the very first thing you're doing as part of this module. Next, you'll go into the ethical module, the ethical models page. And so before you watch any of the videos there, I want you to participate in an ethical dilemma discussion. So go in, there's an ethical dilemma that I've presented to you guys, and I want you to answer the questions that are presented to you in that prompt. So do that before you watch any other videos. Okay. Now after you've participated in that discussion, then I want you to watch the outcome versus duty ethics video. Then I want you to watch the duty ethics video, followed by the outcome ethics video, and then finally the how to decide between outcome and duty-based ethics video. Okay. So that'll get you through the ethical module, the ethical models part of this class. Second, I want you to move into your stakeholder versus shareholder. So first off, there's a video that will explain the stakeholder theory. So I want you to watch that, followed by the video explaining the shareholder theory. And then third, I want you to watch the ethical management framework. The ethical management matrix, and that'll kind of tie this stakeholder versus shareholder theories together, hopefully quite nicely. Finally, I want you to think about why do some people do unethical things. So first watch the video on the fraud triangle, and then watch the video titled An Unending Series of Extenuating Circumstances. Okay, now that'll get you through all of the content for this module. And if we were doing this in class, this is everything we would cover in class for the week. Then I want you to move in and do your 2 assignments. So first, take the business ethics quiz. It's pretty simple. It basically just asks you to verify that you've done all of the steps that I've outlined here. And then lastly, I want you to complete your personal code of ethics. So again, your ethics can be whatever you want them to be, but I highly suggest before you go and create your personal code of ethics that you go ahead and look at the one I've put in as an example for you. That'll give you a really good idea of what I'm looking for in that assignment. All right, and so if you do all of those things, you'll be done with the business module to wrap up the class. And then once you've also done the modules for Professor Jackson and Professor Dewey, then you'll be ready to move on to your final project. All right, thanks.